I am in the middle of my silage harvest. We are right next to the Krone Big X580. It says so at the back, so I'm pretty sure about that. We can go ahead and jump into it, power it up, and get the AI to work the machine, and we'll just drive here alongside. I'm in the little New Holland here with the putting a Eurobus at the back. It does work like this. So if you are wondering, this is how you can do it. If you don't only have like small trailers, just get the Eurobus. It'll do the job just fine. My FarmTech trailer that you have seen in previous videos can only take 15,000 litres. So this is quite clearly a massive improvement. This can take 21,000 something litres of silage or forage or chaff or whatever you call whatever we get from this. It's not a lot, like I've done a lot of loads just on this small field here, and this is the biggest field I have. So if you're working a large area, this is really not a tenable solution. It's not really a tenable solution for me, but I'm just too cheap to actually buy a new trailer, so I'm just making do with what I have here. Like you can see, we have already filled it up with 11,000 litres, and really it's just a bit quick to fill up. But we'll swing around here. This is all in preparation of getting some cows. I have some straw and I have some hay standing by at the cow farm. So all we need now is some silage and a couple of machines before we can actually get started on our little silage, or rather milk production. And soon after that we can also get started on pigs, which is really what I'm looking forward to, because that is the new aspect of this game. The pig management, there is some sort of power food, but I'm pretty sure that's just total mixed ration. You also need to supply them with grain and all of that business, so it is a bit more comprehensive, but we will get to that in due course. And we have done not even a row by now, and we're already at 90%, so we need to nip off here in just a couple of seconds because it will be completely full. I'm not entirely sure how unrealistic this yield is from real life, but certainly if you look at videos online, they do fill up trailers quite quickly out here. I'll go ahead, I'll dismiss this worker, otherwise it's just money just sitting still. Again, it's a bad, really like scummy business practice in real life, but in video games I feel like it's okay. So we basically told that worker there that he won't be working while we drive this load over to the farm. Obviously, again, in real life, that is a very disgusting business practice. I think it's just not something you should do ever. Like, you're only getting paid as long as you're actually doing something, not as long as, you know. Well, it makes sense. If you're not doing anything, you shouldn't get paid. Only the stipulation there should be that if you're not doing anything because your employer doesn't have anything for you to do, but they will in a short while, then clearly, yeah, fine, you need to get paid because it's not your fault. So that's a Donald Trump business practice I've done there. Don't do that in real life, basically. And we have a bale sitting here. I think you saw that yesterday as well. There's another one sitting I found over there somewhere. Again, they kind of just roll off on their own volition. I'm not a fan of round bales, even in the slightest. Thankfully, we won't have to do any bales soon. Otherwise, I may just have to get rid of the round bale and get the big baler instead. I don't know if you can actually do anything to make it better in a video game. Part of the issue is also the actual bale handling, because you have no depth perception is really not that enjoyable, because you have no idea, especially if you're playing first person as I do, what's going on and where it is. And we are now losing momentum up this little hill because this is about 125 horsepower tractor, and it is currently towing about, 20 tons, 22 tons or whatever much that is. So that does weigh a bit, and it does drag it down a bit, but that's nice. So we're coming around here. I'm doing about 26. It could actually speed it up a bit. I know there is a speed limit here, but I usually try and follow it. But I've been doing so many hauls here now recently that I just really haven't been bothered too much. So 25 miles an hour. I mean, we know that 10 miles an hour is 16 kilometers an hour. So 20 miles an hour is 32 kilometers an hour. And you add on another 5. Which in my book is 8 on top of that. So we are actually doing the speed limit here, although that says 15, but I'm going to ignore that. Why would you go slower on a bridge? Can you explain that to me? Clearly you want to get off the bridge as soon as possible because it might collapse. It's a bridge. You don't trust engineers, do you? So cross over here. We'll nip down and we'll hook a right at the junction at some point down here. We'll wake all of these chaps up here in the early morning. Now there was a little Easter egg yesterday, I don't know if it's still present in here with pedestrians. They were walking like zombies, but we haven't actually encountered any pedestrians yet, have we? No, we got a little fire hydrant over there, but that's not a human being. So let's turn into our little farmyard here. Right over here indeed. Turning in. And we'll drive down. And now we have to reverse in. And there is a bug, like I talked about yesterday, where some of your tipped items will bug into the walls. So I'm just hoping that won't necessarily happen over here. So if we swing this around, and I got, okay, so now I know, yeah, I got to get it over on to our right hand side right now, but it's technically our left hand side if we look like this, but it's right hand side like this. So basically over towards the side with the stable. So reverse it in here, we've got to get it over. Yep. Again, you've got to have a feel for this. You really have to feel for how you do this, sort of just by experience, and this sort of feels right. So get it all the way back here now. Yep, we want to do it this, and then just tip, and then unload, 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 unload. We want to go forward just a wee bit so we don't stack it all up in one big pile. Come on, there we go. So what do we have in this little pit here now? We have 170,412 litres of chaff out here. So that should be a fair amount of food for our animals. That we can also sell some of it. We'll go ahead and we'll stop tipping. We'll get rid of this thing, and as soon as that is closed, which it has done there, I reckon, we can go ahead and make our way back to the yard. Well, not the yard, but we'll go back to the field that we were working on. So I'll initiate the cruise control, we'll head off here, and we will actually just nip out here by the little exit way here. Indicate we can actually go straight on instead of following the exact same path back. It just prevents us making, oi wanker, just prevents us from making a left-hand turn, I think once, I'm not sure. There's no AI traffic at this junction, so I don't particularly care much for stopping there. Now we should get foot traffic over here. Right, come on, let's have a look-see. Come on, pedestrians. We want to have pedestrians. We want to see if you're walking like possessed. Okay, maybe we won't have that here. Will he stop? Yeah, he did. So what else do we have? We have nothing here, really. Let's indicate out to the outside lane so we are prepared for our turn. Oh, no, they are walking perfectly normal today. And we can sell our X in there. I really couldn't find that for the longest time. It was just mere accident that I actually found out where I sold my X. So that was quite annoying. They don't get you much, but you know, it's free money. Why not take it? It's literally the only free money you'll ever get in a video game, I think. Well, I don't know, that's just a statement that I made because I'm in my mind right now. But basically, sell X back there at that little alleyway and you get money. It's not a lot. Like, it's really little, but the chickens are just running about over there, so why not do it? But we're crossing over another rail bridge here, and you can drive the trains, although it's just a gimmick as far as I'm concerned. It's I don't know how long it took, but you know, it's a train. I mean, a farming simulator game, I'd rather, you know, do farming business. The trains are not very fast, like 83 miles an hour is 83 kilometers an hour, sorry, is a top speed. And basically you have to load it in to get to a certain sell point. The Maplefield Mill over there, as you can see, that can only be sold if you dump it into a train first. So you obviously have to do that. So you drive down, you tip it into basically another major silo, and then you dump it into a whatever it's called on a train, a carriage, a cart, I don't know. But certainly into one of those things on the train, and then you take it over and then you dump it in there. It's just a bit of a faff, but it's what it is. Let's try and get into the Big X. Yep, and we will initiate the engine, power it up. We'll swap back over to the tractor, and we will patch up here. And you can, as you can see here, harvest for forage during the final growth stage. Like you do in real life. You don't let them fully mature. So let's try and pull in here. No, mature, no, that's not right. That's ripen, isn't it? You don't let it fully ripen. They're not fully ready to harvest as if you were harvesting it for human consumption. So you'll pull in here. We'll just let this row finish and we'll nip off so they can do their turn. I'll do the same here. I'll just stop here and I can bring it into a bit of a reverse mode. Reversey, 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 capersey. Round we go. Don't hit me. Yeah, alright, we're fine. Bringing it over. And we will then drop it down. And then, yeah, forwards. Forwards. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. There we go. Oh, Christ. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, okay. So now we're doing this. Rather unfortunately, I can't drive the forage harvester yet. As soon as Follow Me comes in, we will be able to do that. Or Courseplay, but I've never really understood Courseplay. I have tried to understand it in Farming Simulator 15. I just couldn't get it to make sense, and I never got it to work. So I didn't bother with it. I just used Follow Me, which was a bit of a faff for situations like this, because you could drive the forage harvester, but you'd manually have to drive your tractor over and dump the stuff we have in the back. Whereas I believe with Courseplay, they would do that automatically. So that will be a big improvement. And again, out here we just got to bring it up a bit. There we go. Now we're sort of nice-ish close. Let's see here. And it is on a set point as far as I can work out with where the pipe aims. It does aim at the front until that's filled up, and then it shifts further back. It's not like it just points somewhere on the trailer and now we're full. So we have to nip off again. Let's just go ahead and do the trump and dismiss our helper and jump into this thing here. Oh, cross, we've got to... Oh, fuck off with your beepy noise. We've got to raise it up here at the back right. So how do we do that? There we go. We'll just raise it up a bit so we're not, bumping that against the ground. Now, it would help if we had a slightly larger trailer here. Because I've had to do this. I think I did like an hour last night just forage harvesting like this. And I'm doing this bit here again, the final bit here. So obviously, if you're going to do this on a larger scale, it would be recommended to... Oh, yeah. It would be recommended to get a bigger trailer. You could lease one, I suppose. But I don't really feel like spending money on that. I have this equipment that I already have. Why not use it? Because, I mean, really, what's the point in leasing something that's slightly bigger than this? We can sell it, obviously, the silage out of the biogas plant. Or silage, as I prefer to call it. Ensilage is what the French and a couple of other places is what they call it. It just sounds more exotic. But we'll see here now. I think we're stuck behind this little pickup truck here. Now, we could technically also upgrade our pickup truck into a newer model. But why would I do that? It's so cool, the one you have. Like, newer ones, I mean, I'll admit, I quite like a pickup truck. But I just can't really... I mean, look at it. It's very nice, I do agree. But there is also some legislation over here in Europe, or at least in Denmark, that kind of prohibits you from getting a traditional American pickup. Although, there is someone in my area that does have a Ford, is it F-150 Raptor? And let me tell you, that is very nice indeed. Now, I'm sold on that thing. It's all black wheels, black paint, black tyres, obviously. And my God, when that V8 comes down the road, my goodness me. I do get a bit of a trouser accident when I hear that. So I completely understand Americans' obsession with those. They are brilliant in every single way. They're big, they're massive, they make a good noise. And they're cool. What an absolute wanker. He just was a tit. Although I will admit, a Ford Bronco like that would not be bad either. They're bloody cool as well. They were in, was it Test Drive Off-Road Wide Open on the PS2? I don't know what other consoles it was out on. But certainly I played it on the PS2, which had Metallica as the theme song. It was Fuel. So that was nice. And it was a weird game that you could drive on Hawaii. I don't remember where else. Yosemite Park, I think, was another level in it. Ooh, they had it at the library. Like, much of my PS2 gaming was done with games from the local library because they had PS2 games. You could borrow them at the library for 2 weeks. Like, as teenage me, fuck yeah. What kind of a teenager, when you are 12, that age, has money to buy many PS2 games? Nobody. So why the fuck wouldn't you just get it from the library? I did. It was brilliant. I don't have that many PS2 games. Well, I have a few. But, that was, Christmas presents and that from that era. So it wasn't really a big selection of games. So the library was where it's at. I didn't get any of my consoles chipped like you could. So if I had to go into that, I may have to try and find, Okay, so yeah, close it up here, and we got that nice little pile of silage. We may have to get the Massey Ferguson down in order to compact it. We can grab the 2 weights we have, and we can get, I suppose, no, we don't want to get a silage shield just yet, do we? We don't technically need it. Anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll drive back to the field, and we'll get back onto the action there. Back on the field, we have the AI workup going, well, working technically, and we'll just finish up here. I think we may be coming to the final row. No, not really yet. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, this is quite an sort of an extensive operation, this little field here. I haven't actually looked at the size of it. I suppose there is a chart somewhere on the interwebs where we can actually see that. And yeah, you're about to come to a stop because I'm not anywhere near you. So whenever they lower their header, they need a trailer to be nearby. So we'll reverse this thing up here. Come on, I'm here. Yep, forwards, 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 forwards. Come on, yep, forwards. Yep, thank you kindly. Up here, and cruise control enable. We'll just follow along here. I can look over and observe that we're not getting too close thanks to track IR. And down here we go. Yeah, we're just following it here. She's just up there being all, you know, big vehicle person. And we're the small one here. I do believe this is 125 or 120 horsepower. Blocked by what I did. I cut over a bit far. Whoopsies. So we'll reverse back out here and we'll let her get on her way. And we will drive alongside here. Picky uppy into the little thingy at the front. But what else do we have going here? So I believe that is a 6-meter header on the forage harvester. I'm not entirely sure on the roads. Oh bloody hell, did I cut in front again? Whoopsies. Right, let's try and let the sort of use this here as our guide, because that way I can sort of use my front wheel to determine the closeness. Though, are we putting a bit away out here? Let's just drop the speed a bit. Yeah, drop the speed a bit. Drop the speed, thank you. And then speed up again. Just so we match the speed roughly. Yeah, look at this, we're already at 80% full. So we have roughly 1 and a bit load left, I think. Not entirely sure. Let's see if this might actually be our final row. And I can't actually see where the forage harvester is, so this is going to be kind of tricky. Oh, I can actually see it there. Yeah, I could just see it moving in between some of the little planks or whatever it is. It's probably not planks, it's probably metal. So we'll put up alongside here. Yes, off we go, off we go, off we go, and we'll initiate here, following alongside. And I can just dump into our trailer. Oh, Christ. Sorry about that. My fault entirely. Now let's look here and see. Yeah, there's lots of steering going on. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to match you here, mate. Oh, am I too close? Am I too close? No, we're not close now. So, what's going on here? Why are you driving like an absolute bellend then? Let's have a look, see it. Well, we're nearly full. Yeah, I do actually reckon, okay, we are full now. So, Donald Trump it up, get this out, and we'll head back down again. So, I do think that we have, oh, fuck off. So, I do think we have another load, just one final load, although I'm not entirely sure because we have pretty much a full row here. Although, technically, we did a whole full row the other way, didn't we? So that's something. We'll go ahead then and I'll read, okay, wrong way with the cruise control. So set it at about 40-ish. And we'll head back down and we will dump it up again. We are at our cow farm and we'll go ahead and pull in here and we'll dump the final part here. Well, the second final part is at least what I think it is. So stop indicating there. We'll nip this thing in and we'll reverse it in here. Round C's and back seas we go. Now it will be interesting to see what kind of maps we will get here in the future. I'm hoping for something like a mix between some of the mechanics from Coldborough, where you had to actually clean out your animal pastures by yourself. Like they would crap inside the actual stable animal holding area and you'd have to clean it out, which was nice. And actually just the whole sort of level design from Belgique Profond, which is a map that goes all the way back to Farming Simulator 13, which I think is a very nicely designed map. I just haven't been able to get into it because they have been missing AI traffic, and just generally that does not sit well with me. I prefer to have a bit of, you know, life on the map. So sort of combination between those two would be very nice indeed. I forgot to check how much we have in the little bunker, but we can just go ahead and we'll just finish off here with the final load. We've got that little Fort Bronco coming in there. He can do his thing. And we'll continue off here, and we'll just, not see the little sign there. That's a stop all the way. So, I don't know, what does all the way? Does that mean that every road has a stop sign on it? Or is that just, you have to stop all the way? Just come to a complete stop, like a complete stop, because nobody respects those. What are you doing, you fucking bellend? Yeah, so he cut me off. Like an idiot. Let's see up here. Yeah, man. Generic farmer man. Yeah, you better turn off. You are. So, let's try and sell some little thingies down here. I'm going to drive like a prick because they drive like a prick. So be it. So, stopping here. And we made 162 for others. And I didn't think this through because we know how to reverse out of this little alleyway with our trailer here at the back. So, try and reverse. At the very least, we don't have a little front axle on it, which is one of the most annoying things I think ever to come across anything, is to have that little axle. My bale trailer has that, and it's annoying as hell to reverse with. I've pretty much just stopped reversing with it because it's so annoying. So jump the curbing here, bumpy dumpy. We'll set off back to the farm, which is just over there. Now it is over cloudy. The weather system is still really not as sophisticated as it could possibly be. I mean, again, this is over cloudy, it's just a bit foggy outside, and the skybox hasn't even changed slightly. They've just added in a bit of fog, and it seems to hail a lot more than it rains still. It did that in 15 and 13 as well, so I'm not really sure why they haven't fixed that. Then again, I'm still hoping for a weather system like you see in GTA 5 and in Armor's games where there's clouds, and that would be nice. But again, let's not get our hopes up on that one. That is quite a complex thing to do, especially in a game engine, which for this one, for example, dates back to 2003. Certainly if the splash screen is to be believed, which has a sort of a timeline copyright, 2003 to 2016. So obviously quite old. But that is pretty much part of the course. And that's what's going to happen with all of those games out here. I know Dirt Rally, which is a very good game, but it does suffer from a lack of rally stages, just, a variety, and, they're quite short, all of them. The longest is like 11 kilometers or something like that. Very, very short. And they don't have that many rallies in the game. I've not been told, but I've read that that was basically an old game engine, and they might be trying to do something new. I hope that's true. But what's going to happen with all of those games? I mean, GTA is another one. This obviously is another one out here, but they're all running on very old game engines. I mean, those game engines, I think with GTA, they date back to... Okay, so why you're not driving, is it because I'm not near? Maybe it is. But those game engines all date back to... Well, basically to GTA 3 for GTA's sake. Okay, I'm here. Come on, keep going. No. Reverse-y outie. Forwards, come on, thank you, baby. Come on, keep going. Oh yeah, okay, I got the cruise control all wrong here, haven't I? Let's lower it down to about 6, yep, forwards. You're not blocked by an object, you stupid idiot. So slow it down here. Okay, let's slow it down a bit more so we can keep it with a line with the front wheel so we don't just mess that up. Sort it here, we are a bit far back, but it does seem to go in the trailer all nicely. We shouldn't have a full row here next time by, sorry. So it should be a lot easier here. We shouldn't hopefully need to do another run down here. That would be quite annoying if that is the case. We'll go out and we'll turn off our beacons. We don't need to warn anyone here in the field. You'd imagine that the two people in here would be aware that there is a tractor going about as well as the little great big thing here. So we'll nip out here. That is now half full, and we'll just prepare for another pass down. So here he's turning around. We'll bring it down alongside here. Yep, I'm ready. Can you get it in? Can you get it? Yeah, you can get it lined up perfectly. So, okay, which side are you going to... Okay, you're going sort of down the middle here. Perfectly okay then. So we'll bring it up here. Cruise control enable. Follow alongside. So it's still a bit wobbly here. They haven't updated that much yet, but that may happen at some point. Oh, stop telling me I'm fucking up, because I'm not really. I'm trying my hardest here, game. But we're paralleling. Yeah, we are. Oh, no, I don't think we're going to do this because this is nearly a full route, so we may have to do just yet another little pass. Oh, bastard, bastard, bastard. Okay, well, at least we can fill this thing up then and see how far down we go. Let's see here. Come on, how are we doing? We're doing at 95. So, damn me and my good field care. Right, so are we full? Yep, we're full. So, Donald Trump, you... And we'll run over here and jump into our tractor and head back down to the other place. Oh, fuck off with your beeping sound. And we are coming up to our cow farm yet again. And this time I'll get out and I will have a look and see how big we have filled it up. Over here I think that's a sunflower field and we don't have any headers for that. So we'll go ahead and we'll leave that as it is. We'll bring this in here. Now, reverse it again. How do we need to put it? It doesn't matter really. We'll use the Massey Ferguson to flatten it out a bit. Let's pull it forwards again here because I cocked that a bit up. Yeah, so every hour you actually informed how much you paid your AI workers. It doesn't pull your money again from your account, does it? I'm not entirely sure if it does. Let's just get in here, dump it all, off we go. All the loads, all of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Off we go. Now let's get out, let's tell it to collapse and we'll get out on foot and have a look, see in here. So we're now at 234,317 litres. Now this looks, as you can already see now if you've ever worked with silage in the previous games, that this is a lot more detailed. Beforehand you would just unload into like several big piles out here, but this quite clearly is dynamic, which looks really sodding impressive if you have to ask me. I don't think I'm actually compacting it by running on top of it, and I don't actually think I'm compacting it out here where there's no silage loaded up. Did we actually tell it to close? Yes we did, so let's return to the yard. And by yard I obviously mean the field that we are working on, but it's technically right next to the yard, so it is probably correct in some respect. This is another bridge where they want us to do 15 miles an hour, but you know, I'm just a thug, you know, like I'm the OG. So we'll just ignore that. And we'll just say hello to our neighbour there, because that's what we do. We're farmers. We're in the countryside now. So we need to, you know, wave and, you know, say hi to everyone about, because we know them all. Obviously, you know, that's Farmer Peter and that's Farmer Joe and all of that stuff out there. So the forestry boss, I've pretty much mutilated the forest right next to our little farm here. So maybe I need to go off on another place. I'm not really feeling like buying the sort of tree planter. Although technically it's a bit of a dig move to harvest trees without actually reseeding them, isn't it? We'll go out and we'll lower the cruise control to about 20 miles or kilometers an hour. So do that here and we'll just pull into the field. Just to make it a bit smoother. I suspect you wouldn't just blast alongside the field out here because the wheel would be yanked out of your hands due to the massive bumpy dumpy roads. But down here is our forage harvester. That's chopping up the chaff. So bring it up here. We are sort of lined up. And I can pretty much guarantee you that we can finish it off this time by. And then it's all about that compaction. So jump out here, jump in here, and power this device up, and leave you on. We can jump in here, and power this thing up. Oh shit, we're going a bit quick there. Actually, sod that. We're just doing this row here. I'll just do that manually. We need to slow down a bit so we can actually aim for something. Yeah, just release it on here. I can definitely see the advantage of having a pedal to do this with instead of just a trigger, because I'll be able to be a lot more accurate here. Yep, see this? This is just very little, but we finished it off anyhow. So we have completed this task. We'll go ahead and swap over into this. We'll switch it back on. And we'll fold up the front here. Can we actually just also bring in the pipe? Yep, there we go. So fold that down. And we'll reverse it. And we'll park it up somewhere sort of safe-ish. Sort of round these, here we go. We can just snip over the grooves and just ignore all of the bumpy bits. That does seem to be a thing with large machinery. Just needs a bit of polishing. Now for some reason they didn't bother to put in the mirror over there. And it would also be nice to have adjustable mirrors. Like again, it would be easier to just position them correctly out here, but Shit, where can we actually park this thing? I'm not too... Oh, we've got loads of room down here, don't we? So we just park it in here. And, well, this was quite expensive. So I obviously need to find somewhere to justify buying it. But we'll bring it around here and we'll try and see if we can't reverse it in. So maybe we will have to sell some of our silage at the biogas facility once we have it fully compact. So we can actually bring this in here. And we can just switch it off. And what I will also go ahead and do is get into the New Holland. And I'll drive this over here as well. We'll go ahead and swap out an implement. I think we'll get the cultivator going on the field that we just harvested. And then we will seed it. So we'll go ahead, we'll park this thing over here. Just right here. Thank you very much. And then we'll attach the cultivator over here. We'll set an AI worker to get on the field, and we will go ahead and we'll hook up the Euroboss to the back of the Massey, and we'll just head back over there. So let's go ahead and hook you up here, reverse E, forwards, and just attach it here. This is your starting cultivator. I have not swapped it. There is like a daily running cost of $12. It's gonna take a long time to earn that in, and well, I could get a 4-meter one, which would technically be a bit quicker, but I just haven't really bothered with it yet, but that may be to come once we expand with our field over here. But we also need, if we want to get like really big, we want to get the right kind of cultivators going. So bring you over here and lower it down, and yep, you are off now. So we can go ahead and we can hook up this bad boy here. We may want to make sure that we have wide tires on, do we? Or we may actually want to get wheel weight. No, I don't think we do. So I'll go ahead, I'll bring this over here to the central reservation. I'll lower down the front loader. We don't need that right now. Oh, actually, no. Let's bring that, and let's also bring a bucket. But I'll go over here. And now the question is whether or not wide tyres or wheel weight is the better choice. My guess is that wheel weights might actually be. So let's go into customize. We will set up narrow tyres. We don't need that wide. No, let's get wheel weights. We'll equip that here. So we only pay money now to equip the weight. We don't pay money to actually have it equipped. So yeah, we do have a bit of weight going on the back. Then we attach to this here. We can go ahead and we can also hook up with a weight out the front. Although I don't actually know how big my weight is. I think, can we have a look see in here and see what we have in terms of weight? So weights, we have probably the lowest one here, which is 650. So what we could do is go ahead and we could buy quite a heavy weight. Like, for example, this thing here. Yeah, we want to try and get this 231 here, just because it's heavy and that's good for compaction. So we'll go ahead and we'll equip this weight. It will be sitting at the shop for us. So we can go ahead then and well, we need to attach the bucket, don't we? Where is the bucket? It's down here. We just want to bring that just in case we need to shovel some bits around. Although we hopefully won't have to shovel too much about because it is just a tiny shovel we have here. Bring it up, attach, and lift it up so we can see it. And I will swing this round and attach the trailer. And then I will go ahead and I will drive back over there. So let's attach here, as we did there. And we'll make our way back over there. We are at the dairy farm, and I picked up the weight on the way down. We'll go ahead and drop off the final bit in our little trailer, which is coming up here. We'll just nip it in here and just try not crash into everything because I'm in a much bigger tractor now. Reversing. Yeah, just nip it over here, please. Just come on. Okay, yep, you're all over the shop. Christ, okay, let's try and get you lined up then. Come on. Back a bit, back a bit, back a bit. Yeah, we'll just get it just stuffed up there. Just, there we go, yeah, well that's fine. Just unload that final piece in here. And it went. We'll go ahead and we'll close up the trailer and I'll park it over here just so we are not going to hit it. Again, just right over here, just out of the way. Pause. I'll make sure it's lower down as such. There-ish. And we'll just drop it down as well. Right, okay, so there we lower that down and we'll stop that. And then we'll do this. And then we will perhaps also try and... Well, actually, do we want to have the front loader? No, the weight at the front. I think we may want to try and drop that off and attach that to the rear of the vehicle. No, we have the weight on the tyres. So we can go ahead then and also try and perhaps... Oh, no, I don't think we can. Can we actually lower it? No, we can't. So I need to detach our little weight here. So lower it down. Detach. Bring it over and then we can detach our little bucket. Detach here. We'll rate it up just a wee bit. That way we can see a bit better out of the front end. Bring it up over here. Stop it. And yeah, that is raised up now. So we'll go ahead and then try and compact this thing. So bring it in here. And just try and just raise this up a bit. Just nice and gentle over here. Up on. We have to bring this up here. Yep. So we got 239,222 litres. And we do need... Christ. Look at this. Yeah, I think we now know why we need the silage shield. So let's go ahead then and pull forward a wee bit here and get one of those. Because that does seem to be a bit necessary given the fact that it's so sodding bumpy. Where do we get those levelers? So we can get one for here, which is 6,000 litres. Yeah, that's fine for me. Do we have any? We don't have any size of it. So let's go ahead and buy this. We can then... Before we pick that up, we can lower this down, detach, and attach it at the rear. That way we have the leveler at the front and the extra weight here at the back. First in, attach. Now that data render our front loading thing rather superfluous. But, you know, we'll just deal with this. We'll bring around here the corner. How fast can we actually go on this thing? So we can do 53 kilometers an hour now. That's very fast, and we don't want to be doing that on a public road because that's a bit reckless, don't you think? Oh, do we have to attach the shield at the back? We might have to attach the thing at the back. I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out when we get up here, though. So do we turn here? Yeah, probably we do. So round, and oh yeah, I got this right. So here we are clear. We'll nip it in here. And they should be sitting over here waiting for us. That's our little pickup truck here. I had a bit of a moment in it. Oh, where's the shield? Righto. So let's try and walk over here to the shop man and see if we don't have a shield. We do not. So let's go ahead and we'll select this shield here. Buy. Yes, I do very much want to buy this. Thank you kindly. So we can then swing this around. Oh no, it does seem to want to go out the front bit. So attach you here. Yeah, that wasn't very smooth. And preparation is key. You are indeed correct. So here we can fold it out. We'll just go ahead and leave it folded up for now. So if you look at this thing here, can we actually... What can we do with it? Oh no, that's doing stuff now. So can we raise it up out here? So unfold. So okay, so out here, oh we can raise it up here, which is definitely what I want to do. I don't want to have it dragging on the ground, so off we go like so. So we've got to keep it down so it is left bumper, and we can raise and lower it. Okay, that's having a bit of a moment. So pretty much any way we go, we can actually manipulate that thing. So we need to turn here at this junction down here. Turn here. Yeah, we look good. Turning. And off down the road we go. So we've got to bring it in here. Turn right and left, and now we've got to go in and do our levelatering. So we unfold the shield right over there. Now that does look rather impressive. So we'll go ahead and we can also lower it down a bit. Sees? Right here, lower, lower, lower. Yeah, lower. So we should then be able to get a bit of a levelating going. So if you raise it up a bit, we will probably do it right, won't we? So here. So what's going on here? Yep, pushy, pushy, pushy. We want to level you out. Please level out. Please level out. Nice and gentle. Okay, let's try and reverse back here a bit, because this is not right. So try and push in here and see what's actually going on. Jesus, yeah, okay. We are definitely pushing the engine here. Let's try and go into third person and see what is actually going on. Okay, raise up here. Christ, okay. So yeah, we've got to try and push back here. Try and bring it down, and then forwards a bit. Try. Oh, okay, so apparently if we bring it all the way down, we are doing what I don't want to do. I want to level it out. So there is seemingly a bit of technique involved here. Right, okay, we are quite clearly messing this up royally. So if we reverse it out here, and we just try and bring it in here, right? And we push like so. We may have to attach it on the opposite end, or attack from the opposite end here. Because we have left a big sodding hole sitting right there. And we don't want to have that, so let's reverse out. And we'll drive down and we'll try and attack and push it down into the hole that we left. This does seem something you need to get used to. Oh, we can't go where that round, can we? So stop here. Yeah, we didn't hit anything. Forwards, down seas. And then we should be able to nip round and do a wee bit more here. So bring it around. Yep. lower it and push it up out here. Like for example, okay. Okay, no, we did the exact same issue here. Now I want you to drop, so what can we do out here? Can we actually, is there anything we can actually bloody something do here? Now I want you to drop all of your bits into that. Yep, thank you. And then we want to keep it raised up as we climb here. We want to just pretty much level it out. Let's try and do this in third person. Oh Christ, yep. Let's try and level it. Let's try and level it. We need to dump it in here. That's where we need some of this stuff to go, mate. Come on. Backsies, and then grab the levelator. And can we please push some of it a bit? Yeah, there we go. Like it's closer now. It's still a bit of a alb landscape, but we'll go ahead try and out here and pick this just a wee bit up here. And just bring it down. See, this is where it goes wrong because we dip into a hole. But we'll go ahead now then and try and detach it and just drive on top. So bring this around here. Drop it off. Try and lower it down. There we go, and then we can now try and drive on top of this thing because it should be sort of well sorted here. So up we go, we got lots of weights going on, we got wheel weights, and this is still a bit bumpy, but okay, yep. So it could do with a bit of levelling, but I don't really understand the levelling system. Let's try and reverse it back over again. Clearly this is not right. We need to try and push it in and try and level it out. I don't know if we will benefit for just making it longer. Maybe that's the issue here. We just need to spread it out over longer and make it a bit flatter. So attach here at the front, reverse. And we'll try also go over here and flatten some of the side bits. So bring it in here, push it up here. Yeah, could we please just get some sort of a flat system going here? Pushy. Yeah, pushy, 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 pushy. Yeah, I want to level it out, mate. Come on, level. Yeah, push on. We are pushing on here. Oh yeah, we are levelating this bitch up. So levelatering over there. Okay, yeah, see now the issue here is that we've pretty much just leveled it out all over this area here, and that's absolutely no good. So we'll try and nip it around here again. And we'll reverse, and we'll see if we can't just nip it in here. And try and push that back over to the main pile. So lower you down. And just push. Yeah, we got it all going here. So we're pushing over into this pile. Yep, thank you kindly. That's what we want. And then we didn't get close enough to the wall, so we left a wee bit over there. So now we have to go all the way back here. And now we've got to go all the way over to this side of the wall. And that is a bit of an issue. So try and see here. Yeah, we are pretty much just doing it right here. So we've got to do it like this, and yep, it's all going up into the pile. And I'll reverse back out here. And we'll do the same over on the opposite side. I just got to get the track IR positioned correctly. I can see a bit of line over there. So raise it up, bring it over, and lower it down and push it back over. So there is a bit more to just silage production now. It's not just dump it and drive over it a wee bit and then it'll be sorted. You actually have to manage the pile in a specific way in order to actually get the whole sorting thing to work. So, but now we have it all gathered back over here at the main pile. It would be nice if it was a dead-end pile where you couldn't drive out on the opposite side because you just shove it all in towards the end. And then what about here? Yep, push it up. There we go. Sort it. So can we actually just raise this up then and drive up a bit here? And see where we come out. Oh yeah, see lots of bumpy dumpy stuff here. So let's try and see if we can't just level it out. Don't they do it in like a an incline in real life? Again, to sort of like a little rampy type thing. Oh, cross, look at all of this out here. This is massively bumpy. This is terrible. Solid's working out here, but we can try and just grab some of this here and try and level it out down here towards the end. Right. Try it here and force our way in here. Hopefully that'll help a wee bit. So we can then, if we raise it up, we dump whatever we have in it. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. So try and climb back over this. It's a bit bumpy. So what about here? So again, engage the push mode. So push again, push again, push again. I want to try and have it all pushed in towards the very end here. I don't know how that will work in terms of physics, but I just want to try and shove it all in, really. Just as much down there, that does seem to be better, actually, than what I had in mind before. So if we climb over here, and we just try and push from this angle, Over here, for example, we get fairly close to the wall and we just push in. And yeah, as soon as we fill it up, it'll basically just fall down like that. Then we'll just stop it here, raise it up, and then we can pretty much do a repeat performance. So lower it down and force it further down. Oh, see here we're beginning to get a sort of decent motion here. Right, see this is better. So it falls it down. I mean, it's still not good. I don't know if we just all jam packing it in towards the end. So let's try and reverse that here. Lower up the shield. And keep pushing, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep on going, buddy. Come on, keep going, yep. Forcing it down still here. Although it's not doing... Okay, let's try and rate it up here. Just dump it all there. We should be compacting quite a bit of it. I'll go ahead and I'll nip over on the other side here. Yeah, lights don't do much because we have that bloody front loader on. So we'll try and force it over here. So forcing. And now it's getting pushed up again. So we'll try and bring it over here. Just see what we can work with here. So now it's getting bumpy again, so I'll try and reverse back. Basically, I'm trying to smoothen it out over here. I'm trying to pressure it down. But let's try and see out here what's going on. Oh, there's a tiny bit left there. I did see some green, didn't I? So let's try and reverse that. Are we rubbing against something? We may be. Okay, let's try and just get this. Christ, okay. Forwards a bit. There we go. Back a bit we go. And then lower it down. Hold. Lower. Thank you. And now we are pushing here. Hopefully we're getting everything towards the little corner over there. So there we go. Oh, a bit just got pushed out there. So reverse back and try and see if we can't get that going as well. Or maybe we'll just have to leave that for now. So climbing up here. Sort it. Oh, bumpy roads. So release this here. And then reverse. Back off. And then what else do we have? We can lower it down. We can try and jam in on the opposite side, actually. So raise it up just a wee bit. We don't want it to rub completely against the ground. Now we are pushing here against this little pile. So force it in up the side here. It's getting better, I think. But let's see here. What can we work with here? We'll raise it up. Dump it down. Reverse a bit. It's getting smoother now, so that's something to keep in mind. I mean, it's nearly drivable, and that's really what I want to do here, so raise it up a bit. Now, I don't want to try and do much more on this side, because apart from that little hilltop there, it's actually fairly decent. So we'll go ahead over here and try and pull this in and just try and smoothen it out a bit up here. Hopefully that'll dump into the little issue we had on the opposite side. I mean, over here it's actually... Oh, Christ, okay. So what do we have? Yep. I mean, this is close to being decent, isn't it? So maybe if we fold it up, we can use it as a weight. Right. Try and go over here. I just try now and compact it. Okay, we pushed it out on the opposite end here, so that is an issue. And we don't actually seem to be compacting it without the silage shield, so let's try and extend that again and push this in. So lower it down, like such, pretty much. And we'll try and jam this bit back into the actual silo. Let's see here. Could you just... Yeah, I want you to go in the silo pit, please. Thank you. Okay, that doesn't seem to be particularly interested in doing so, so let's try and ram some of this back in. So push you in, 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 all the way over here. We're now trying to raise up the shield. We'll reverse back out here and we'll hopefully grab some of this overflowing pot. We may just have to reverse and push it back over so we can actually get it within. So let's try and do that here. Now see there, I think some of it is clipping through the wall. So over here, lower it down. That was a bit much. Lower it down again and then forwards a bit. See, now we should have this into the actual area where we can push it up onto the actual pile itself. So lower it down and forwards and just leave that there. And then reverse it. And we'll just try now and get the bits over on this side in on the actual pile. Oh Christ, that's actually going past and the opposite way there. So let's first of all try and get most of this in. And our helper has completed their task, so we'll release that here. And then in a moment we have to go over and we'll have to attach a cedar. But we'll wait with that just for now. So lower it down and push this forwards. Did we actually get anything there? Yeah, we did. So we'll release that here. Now we'll try to do the same thing again. So forwards and push this into the pile. And release and reverse. And then I think we'll now try and scoop it up onto the pile itself, if that is even slightly possible here. So reverse here. Backsies, lower it down. I should probably activate my beacon with all of this driving about, shouldn't I? Health and safety and all that. So push up here. I'm giving it the beans in order to actually do the pushery. And I'm not entirely sure it's actually doing much. So push it down. Why are we now decompacting this thing? Is it because I'm using the shield on compacted items? It may be. But we do need to ram these bits in here. Or maybe it's because I'm reintroducing part of the shaft that has already been decompacted. So let's try and release here. Release that. Reversing. Drop it down over here. Can you go forwards a bit and pick up the little item here? And just force this back into the little pile. Did I hit the wall? Maybe I hit the wall. So let's try again out here and push it up onto the top here. And release. This is a bit of a faff. I'm not entirely sure how we're actually meant to do this. So it's still a bit of a shit fest over here. Lower down the scoopy thing. Hit the wall. Then try and turn again. And avoid that bit there. Yep. That is A-okay. So we'll try and reverse again. And then try and line up here. Oh, got hooked on the wrong side. And then reverse it. Swing it around and drop down the shield. And now just try and push, push, push. It's like I'm helping someone give birth, but I'm not actually a midwife. Reverse, and then... Obviously, if you're using this kind of device to give birth, you're doing something wrong. You're not a midwife either. Why is this not getting pushed? Like, it's clearly just clipping through here, isn't it? So, oh! There are two racy... Okay, so there's this here. Oh, that would have been nice to know. I thought they just did the same thing. So here, we are now at the ground itself. Okay. So it's even more complex than I thought. Well, that's fucking smashing. So push you up here and just push you all the way down here. So what are you doing? Okay, we just jumped that bit there. So reverse and lower it down and then push you in. And then we've got to raise it up. We've got to spread it out over a larger area because this is just not working. So let's lower it down here. Let's lower it in as such. Oh, hit the wall. So let's see here, what can we do? Yep. Oh, fucking hell, we're just clipping onto the edge there. So on we go. I'll have to say the collisions for those walls are very well done. Like, it is spot on with what you see. You don't have to take that into account. That only really raises my concerns for any eventual modded issues. Because modded maps may not have the same issue. Oh, why are we pushing that all the way down there? We're just leaving a blank space. That's not what we want to do. We want to reverse this bit up here. So reverse here. All the way back, and we can now swing it out here. And we can pretty much try and do the same thing over here. So round as we go. Push. Oh, hit the wall. Hit the wall. Can't see much over there. And we got that little display thing. Which is kind of in the way. So push up. Upsies we go, seas. Upsies we go, seas. Upsies. Lower seas. Oh, yeah, see, that's the thing. You end up leaving them with these really high little piles that is not really workable. So try and do this here. Maybe a front loader shovel would help even that out a bit. But now we just have an impassable little ridge line here, so try and force that down. But would that work? No, because we hit another bump. That's an issue, isn't it? We hit another bump, and that really just offsets the whole thing. So let's try and go in over here then, and try and get this bit flattened out a bit. I mean, we are now actually improving on the compaction. Let's see here. So compact, force it down here. We just got to increase here and just try and see if we can actually get it levelated out a bit. I mean, I don't want to see like the road down there that you can see there, or the surface itself. So we kind of want to try now and push something else down. But I don't know how far down we want to push it, because then it just immediately bumps down because you can't really manipulate your speed properly for this. So that is another issue that I have found. Let's try and force this in here. Try and just raise it up a bit so we're not pushing that much. Nope. Release. It's not really helping me level this thing, I feel. It's just helping me push it around. It's not actually leveling. So, well, it is a bit. I just got to really... I don't think I've got the touch for it yet. So that's something I have to do. Let's nip these round. In here. Just try now and find out what the different position out here. Because I can raise and lower it. Over here, as you can see, I'm raising and I'm lowering a part of the implement. If we go out here, actually, let's swap out here and see what we're doing. So if I zoom in here and we look at the very front bit, holding down left bumper and moving the right analog stick up and down is controlling the actual front loader attachment, or the attacher, the black bit on the tractor, and moving it back and forth is doing, well, okay, so it's raising or lowering it, and the other one out here, if you do left or right on the right analog stick, is controlling the pitch. So what else? Can we actually do anything out here? So we can... No, we can't. We can just fold it out here. So let's try now and push it in. So push it in nice and slowly out here. So push it in. Now I just got to figure out what positioning each other things they actually do. But let's try and reverse that here. I just want to have something I can drive on, really. So lower. And then try and shove it up the actual pile here. Shove it up. Shove it up, up it up. Okay. So what do we have now in terms of... Oh, we got a massive little gap over here. Let's try and just do third person then, just to see if that will help us in any way. We're now hooking onto the wall. Let's try and lower it down here. And just push this bit, push this bit, push this bit. Yeah, keep pushing, keep pushing. Oh, this is actually turning into something halfway decent, isn't it? So if we're now pushing out here and I zoom out a bit, and we get this thing pushed just a wee bit down, and we're now trying to raise the little shield here, and we're trying to lower it down again so we actually push the parts out here, because that has been a massive improvement now. So let's try and see if we can do the same thing over on the opposite side here. So reverse, we don't want to have that attached, do we? But we want to try and lower it down. Here we go. Picking up the scoopy thing. So picking up the scoopy thing here. Right, and then we want to try and levelate it out. Come on, levelate, levelate. It's not levelating as such, is it? So come on. Is it because I'm using a shield that's a bit big? Maybe it will be easier with a smaller shield. Actually, that's what I'm thinking. Just thought a bigger shield would be better, but maybe it actually isn't. So let's try and see here. Or maybe it will be easier if the little pit here was filled up much bigger than it is. So let's try and drop it here. Another thing that I just realised is that with the tip anywhere thing, you can just push this out the other end. This was what I did. I just assumed you couldn't push it out. You can. You know, damn this game and its realism. I wasn't expecting that. So push it in. And now we've got to be really careful out here. You see, now I have to try and make a decent pile here that I can drive over on both sides. Because we're not compacting the opposite end at all. So push up here. Just kind of... I want to try and levelate it out a bit, but it's not really doing much. So raise it up and we'll try and reverse down and grab it from the opposite end. Right, we are now faced with a massive fuck-off wall down here, and we have to try and deal with this somehow. So I want to try and raise the shield up as high as fucking possible. So we actually just grab this here. And we push it. Push on, push on, push on, push on, push on. Okay, reverse you back. And then we'll try and bring it over a bit closer to the wall. Lower it down. And raise it up. Raise, raise. Yeah, I want to grab this pile here and I want to push it down. Push it down, push it down. Okay, release, then fine. Reverse, reverse, reverse. And then grab and push, 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 push. Maybe if I filled it up a bit more, it would be a lot easier to work with. I'm not entirely sure, but now we need to try and levelate this bit here. So pushing on. Oh, this is working, sort of, isn't it? But then you're going to get bumpy there, and then you just massively cock it up. So you've got to try and bring it back a bit and smooth out this bit here. Then so you don't actually deal with all of those bumps. I mean, the sort of compaction level is slowly going up. So yeah, here, just grab this. And then grab you, push you, push you, push you, push you. And we need you to be pushed down, right? I mean, we need this to be a lot smoother than it actually is. So grab you, and then push. Push, 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 push. Oh, Christ. Yeah, push, push. We don't want to go too... Oh, Christ, look at this. Now we're doing that thing again. So we now need to level it again over here so we actually prevent that from happening in the first place. So raise it, lower, raise it, raise it, raise it, raise it. No, push back, push back, push back. No, forwards, forwards, forwards. Forwards, back seas. Come on. No, see, the issue is that we get into sort of a little depression that we make and it's just cocking it all up. Really, so push up. Here, come on, down we want to go. Come on. See, I can see it there. Let's try and go on the opposite side then. It's a bit of a faff, this, I'll have to admit. Let's try and attack it over here then. Lower it. Okay, okay, now we're grabbing way too much. Yeah, I definitely think that a smaller shield would actually be beneficial here. Because we're actually manipulating too much at the time. So come on. No, see, look at this. We just do all of this here and... Oh. So please push, 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 push. Push, 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 push. And push. And then just dips down and just does a huge depression. So what if we rate it up here? No, that's actually not what we want to do. Okay, the tractor's now sinking in. We're losing a bit of traction there. So we should try and just grab here. No, just way, that's way much. Way much. Push, 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 push. Push, push. Push, push. Push, push. Push, 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 push. And then this is the bit that we really want to try and level out. Ooh, we have a sort of progress here, haven't we? So try and reverse. Okay, not really. It's still bumpy as all Christ almighty, yeah. So the levelator is not really doing much of the levelating, is it? So just push this down here. We'll just try now and see. Although I may have found a decent position for the Silage shield here. I've got to go forward a bit so we get it a bit away, and then we just accidentally use it. Oh bloody hell! It's too wide. It would actually have been a lot easier if it wasn't so sodding wide. But oh well. We may swap it for a smaller one. Back and then try and again out here and try and push. Push, 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 push. And pushy, 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 levely, levely, levely. So we're not actually pulling up near the side over here where the main cause of the issue is now. Let's try and do that here. Pushy, 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 pushy. Yeah, here we go. See the little pile there at the wall. Now try and rate it up a bit so we are not pushing the whole pile. I just want to try and leave a bit there, such as that. This is actually becoming quite okay. And then what do we have over here? Slightly forwardsy, slightly backy, and pushy, pushy, backsies. Now another question that I have that mostly pertains to real farming is what do you do when you don't actually have a compaction measurement? In the game here you do have that, but in real life I would imagine you don't have a little compaction meter. Do we just go by Gefühl, or what the hell do you do there? Let's try then and reverse back off this thing and try and levelate on the opposite side here. Just bring it back out, raise it down just a wee bit and push in here. We can hopefully now see it actually making progress. Okay, see you're now pushing way much stuff around. So could you please not do that? Just push it, push it. Stop doing this, stop doing this. Yep. Push, push, stop. No. Forwards, yep. Are we stuck here? I think we may be. So it doesn't want to get traction here. So reverse. And try and levelating. Yeah. Okay, let's swap around and then attack from the opposite end again. Raise the shield and we'll nip these around. And do pretty much the exact same maneuver from this side. And hopefully at some point it'll just be flattened. In here we go and lower the shield a bit. Up here and then just push, 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 push up the little pile. Push, push. Oh Christ, yeah, see this shield is massive. and it's just manipulating a whole lot more than I need it to actually manipulate. So for the future, get the small shield, just for ease of work. Push these up here. See, push up, push up, push up, push up. I'd like to see again out here, we do the same thing now, we're turning into the bloody Alps again. Because it's picking up far too much stuff here. So I don't know what to do about that though, because, okay, so over here, and then just drive up. But it would be nice if I had a shovel so I could just dip whatever, but that would technically uncompound it, wouldn't it? So let's try and shove this up here, and we can try and levelate it from the opposite side. So that's basically what I'm doing here, is I'm bringing it up, and then we will compact it from the opposite end. Right, release here, thank you. Lower it down, push you bits over here. And pushy, pushy, pushy. Pushy, pushy, pushy in. Yeah, I mean, it's slightly better now. So release it. And we can try now and attack from the opposite side again, because it worked a bit better there. All in all, pretty much the simulation level has gone up quite a bit. And the people who kind of play this for a fun game is probably a bit disappointed about that. But the people who play this for sort of a half-realistic farming simulation is probably quite pleased. Let's bring it over here, push it down to these, push it down to these, push it down to these. Oh, yep, okay, this is not even in the slightest better, is it? Look at this. Right, so what do we need to do here? We need to levelate. So increase the height to avoid picking up much more, and then we just try and force all of this down here as fast down as we can. And then it gets bogged down there, and that's annoying. And then we do this here, so increase the altitude and just push, because that seems to be the best choice. Yeah, definitely. So have it as high as possible on the arrow or the altitude, and then adjust the pitch. That does seem to be what is working best for me right here. So I'll try and leave it there. Let's see out here, try and just again out here. Try and push it down, try and push it down, up here, up here, up here. Yep, fine, just reverse, reverse, reverse. And then just again out here, just a wee bit out here, just want to get the things smoothed out. Release, no, I don't want to pick any of that up, just leave that there. That way we can pretty much just drive in and grab whatever we need. So what about over here? Can we try and levelate it a bit over here on this side? Well, I mean, we can, right? Come on. Yep. Yep, that's good, that's good, that's good. Just, nope. That's a bit much, that's a bit much. Let's fold the shield up and let's try and compact what we have here. Let's see out here, how bumpy is it? Oh, it's going to be very bumpy. So we'll just have to accept that, though. Hopefully this will be compacted soon. Yeah, it is compacting now. We can actually compact without the shield being folded up. This bit here I'm very pleased about. Like, very pleased. This bit up here is a bit too bumpy for me. But I'll put that down to me having a silage shield that's far, far, far too large. You can actually use that on every crop type in the game. So sugar beets and potatoes and wheat and barley and that. Oh, and you can actually use it when it's not in use. That's okay, great. So we'll just finish off here with the final bit of compaction. And I'll end this video as soon as we've done that, as soon as we actually covered it up here. This video took far longer than I expected. And I can already tell now that I've paused the recording a couple of times, and I'm at an hour and 9 minutes. You can probably add on another 20-30 minutes of total recording time for this. Okay, so it's now completely compacted here. We'll reverse this thing out, get out here, and we can then blanket the silo. So we did that there, and that will ferment, and we will pretty much just leave that as it is. And we'll call this video a day. I hope you've enjoyed this very long video. Goodbye for now.